Hello everyone, my name is Seth, and today I want to give you my predictions for Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.3. So Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.3 is finally coming out this weekend. I am so excited. If you have not checked out my last video talking about most anticipated movies of this year, go check it out. You may see this one appear on that list. So I am so excited for this, and I just thought it'd be fun to kind of run through some of my thoughts that, I was just kind of pondering, thinking about leading up to this, just some of the predictions I may have. Now, I have no insider information whatsoever. I only have what the trailers are shown, and to be quite honest, I don't really think the trailers were shown that much. But before I go any farther, go ahead and like this video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications when I upload my next video. One prediction, it is not really much of a surprise. I think this will be a very emotional movie. It looks like we're really going to dive deep into Rocket's backstory, and it just seems like it's just going to hit you right in the emotions. And this is James Gunn's swan song with Marvel, and they've said that this is the last time that we're going to see this group of Guardians together. So I imagine that it's going to be emotional, but I also think it's 100% going to bring the laughs and bring the action. It will hit you kind of from all corners. Next, getting into some of the characters, I think Star-Lord is going to kind of have a strong emotional arc. We've kind of set up a lot with him in the first and second Guardians, and we haven't really gotten a ton of, meat behind the character, really, when he's popped up in Thor and the Avengers movie. So I really think this is going to dive in more to Peter Quill as a character. Next, with Gamora, obviously this is not Peter Quill's Gamora. This is not our Gamora. This is the Gamora that was from an alternate timeline and Endgame. And so I think it would be really easy for James Gunn just to have them get back together, because, it's like, oh, it's still Gamora and Star-Lord. Yeah, sure, they'll get back together. That's what people want. Well, I really don't think they will. Like I said, I think that might be a little bit too easy. So one of my predictions there is that I don't necessarily think that Gamora and Peter Quill will end up together. And Zoe Saldana has said that she's done playing the character after this. I don't think Gamora is going to die, but I think Gamora is just kind of going to go off somewhere on her own at the end of this, or maybe pair off with another Guardian. But I think she won't die, but she'll kind of go off out on her own. Next, with Drax, I 100% expect Drax to die in this. That is one of my big predictions. Dave Bautista hasn't really been shy in saying that he's wants to be more of a serious actor, and he's like, he hadn't really enjoyed what he's done with Drax. Again, like Zoe Saldana, he said that he is done playing Drax after this, and it hasn't really just kind of came out over the last few weeks. He's kind of been saying that for a while now, and I kind of feel like that they might give him, again, sticking with the emotional thing, might give him a really strong emotional send-off. It kind of seems like that from the trailers. He has a couple of lines there in the trailers like, oh, that might not bode well for him. But I absolutely think that he is one of the Guardians that will die in this. Rocket might be another one. Obviously, I don't want that to happen. Rocket is awesome, but in the trailers, we were getting so much of his backstory, and they just released a clip the other day where he's there, younger Rocket, with his friends, with Lila and Floor and Teefs, and they all are kind of getting their name, and it just, like, that just seems like the kind of material you get from a character who's going to have a big send-off. I think on this, I've actually come down a little bit. I was thinking, like, yeah, 100% Rocket's going to die in this one. But over the last week or so, I don't know, I've kind of thought about it and watched some of the trailers again. I've dropped it down to about 60%. I still think he has a good shot of dying, but not nearly as much as I did. So if I had to say one way or another, I do lean toward this being the end for Rocket, unfortunately, but I'm not as firm on that as I thought in the past. With Nebula, I feel like they really just started to scratch the surface for their character. I feel like there's some more to explore there. So one of my predictions is that I think Nebula is going to get a lot of screen time, and I really think we're going to dig more into her as a character. I think she will come out of this alive, and hey, maybe she'll be one of the characters where her and Gamora will go off somewhere at the end. As for Mantis, I think they're going to kind of continue on the route that they started there in the Christmas special. And I think she and Peter Quill are going to have some really nice moments. And I've really started to like Mantis more and more each time she showed up. So it might not be much of a prediction, but I predict that I'm going to end up liking Mantis even more in this one. They're, again, sticking with the emotional theme. I really think that they're going to really play into the whole kind of like half-sibling thing with Mantis and Star-Lord. My next prediction is with Adam Warlock. I feel like, considering we haven't seen much of him in the trailer, I kind of think that he might not be in it a lot, but I think he will be set up to be more of a major character in the MCU down the road. And with Cosmo the Space Dog, fun prediction here, I bet Cosmo is going to steal every scene that dog is in. I love dogs. I loved Cosmo in the video game, which if you haven't played that, go play the Guardians of the Galaxy video game. I love Cosmo in the little bit of time we saw in the Christmas special, and I'm expecting that every scene that Cosmo is in will be a scene that Cosmo steals. And for the villain, the High Evolutionary, I think that he will obviously have a big impact on the story. Obviously, him and Rocket, they have some connections there. But I feel like he's going to be a kind of character that'll turn focus back to the Guardians. So we really focus on them here in this last movie. And one of my last kind of fun or lighthearted predictions, I predict that I am going to really enjoy this movie. Like, I have loved what I've seen from the trailers. I've loved the clips that they have released. I think this is going to be really fun, really emotional. I think that James Gunn is going to tell a fantastic story and have some fantastic character moments. And there's a reason why I am looking forward to this movie so much. We already have our tickets. We are going to see it as soon as we can. And I will get you a review of Guardians of the Galaxy Vol.3 as soon as I can. So what do you think is going to happen in Guardians of the Galaxy? Leave your comments down below. Are any of my predictions just way off the wall? You think I'm completely wrong? Do you think I'm spot on? Is there anything that I did not think about? Let me know in the comments down below. Go ahead and like the video, hit subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can receive notifications when I upload my next video. And I'll see you next time.